You certainly didn't make up the rent, correct? And so you moved out of the property in September 2017?
Yeah, they gave me a date and I moved out by that date.
Well, what was the outstanding rent at the time he actually left by September? Do you know?
By September, it's $1,800.
You eventually go back to the property in September, and this is the second part of your claim. Describe to me the scene, madam.
Oof, it was something out of a horror film, to be honest. It was as if squatters had just stood up and walked out of the house.
And I want to be clear, again, a very sensible thing to do. You got an inventory before he moved in, correct?
Yes.
You had a full inventory which you signed. They also have a document called a what when he leaves?
Inventory.
Yes.
Checkout.
A checkout. Excellent. Which means the person comes along and takes photographs of everything as the house was left at the time that you regained possession. Understood? Describe it to me. You said it was a horror movie. Tell me about it.
So every piece of furniture, I think that they've been, I say living in a sense that partying in, it was disgusting. There was just...
Comment on each photograph, each room, and tell me.
Yeah, so every room was pretty much littered with, like, furniture and tins and cans, and that room in particular was lovely for the fact that when we attempted to take the mattress downstairs, we found lots of used condoms underneath it. Me and my friend are trying not to let it touch us as we're bending it down the stairs and out of the house to try and skip.
There's some more photographs.
Yeah, so with all the clothes and mattresses, I honestly thought he was either going to be asleep underneath or he was just going to walk in the door at any moment because, yeah, the toilet was heavily used and broken. It was all never been cleaned since the moment I think somebody had walked in. Again, like they just got up and walked out. All the food was still there, the toothbrushes were still next to the basin.
Just to be clear, this is what this flatmate says, and I've seen all of the photographs. I can confirm I do not know anything about used condoms that were discovered in the house when it was vacated. The whole situation is for Sam to deal with, as he was the last one in the property. I left several months before Sam did. Sam, how many times did you clean this property? Badger, how many times? You certainly lived like a badger.
I don't know. Cleaned sometimes, didn't clean other times.
There appears to be something in the garden. What's in the middle there, sir? On the right-hand side. Do you see where the chairs are?
A small brick fire pit.
You made a fire pit. Why did you make a fire pit?
Something to sit round while you're drinking some tins with the guys.
You weren't forging swords over it.
Would have occurred.
You see, I don't find it funny. And, madam, I want to ask you very seriously, bearing in mind this had been a property you lived in, albeit before you lived in your marital property.
That was my home, yep.
Just pause for a second, OK? How long had that been your home for?
About 3 years.
And a home is a home?
Yes.
And when you saw that scene, what does it do to you, madam?
It's just upsetting, isn't it? I mean, we all kind of like to look after things for ourselves and for other people. If you don't clean it up, you expect someone else to. So it was like he expected me to come and clean up after 2 years of fire pit partying. And it's disgusting. You know, my own kids don't make that sort of mess, and they're 1 and 3. It's not fair that somebody would do that to somebody else.
Now, various things, but, sir, there are used condoms in that property. That's hazardous waste. Did you leave them there?
I did not.
Well, did they magically emerge?
The middle bedroom, the one on the middle floor that they were found in, that was my old co-tenant's room.
It's not here. He says they're not his.
And I say they're not mine.
If you enjoyed that video, then I strongly suggest clicking here for more highlights. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, and why not, so that you never miss out, subscribe. Clicking down there, that's an order.